What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Ali the Pack. What's going on? What's going on? I'm bringing you a quick commentary because I'm bored and I have nothing else to do and record a commentary
for you guys. So enjoy as I blabber on about random stuff. But this gameplay,
I don't want to talk about too much. This gameplay is a MP7 56 and 10 something gameplay. I do not want to talk about that much because, you know, the gameplay is just the gameplay. But what I do want to talk about is the 2012, the estimated end of the world. Now, for those of you who don't know or have not studied this yet, there was a civilization back in the early 80s. I believe 500s, 80, and through the 1080, there was a group of ancient Indians called Native Americans, called the Mayans, and these Mayans were really advanced in technology. They were superb to their era. They had extremely good technology, but they seemed to vanish. They weren't invaded or anything, or famine or anything. They just walked away from their kingdom. A few hundred years later, they just picked up and walked away, and now there's no direct blood Mayans left. There's just the ancestors of the bloodline that came down. But anyway, these Mayans predicted that the world, they had a calendar, and they predict their calendar stopped at December 21st, not December 21st, December 23rd, 2012. Now, it is common, people think that their calendar stopped at 21st, and actually stopped at the 23rd, but nobody really knows that. But I learned that during Soch, because I'm a Soch whiz. But this is their estimated time of when the Earth is going to not necessarily destroy itself, but they said the world is going to end. Now, some of you might be saying, what a horse crap, but what I believe is, because I am a logical thinker. I'm really good at history, so I think really, really logical. So, basically, if you don't know, the Mayans, they also predicted when the Europeans were coming over, and they got a couple years off, but that's pretty good. And also, what amazes me is they predicted the constellations, the star constellation movement, back in 500 AD. They predicted it, and they were 30 seconds off from the stars constellation movement. Now, that is pretty impressive. I mean, take a stone and a stick and try predicting star movements back in the 500 AD. It's pretty difficult. So they had to be pretty advanced. Now, what confuses me is a lot of people, people say that the world can't end, people can't determine when the world ends. But if you think, to me, they were pretty advanced civilization. So a pretty advanced civilization could predict that kind of stuff. Now, the end of the world, I know there's religious reasons, and there's just complete reasons people don't really understand. They just follow because it's their religion. Now, I'm religious too, but I also like to think logically, so I'm a mixture of both. But they predicted that, and they predicted that it's going to be the end of the world. They predicted that we're going to be lined up in space a certain way where there's going to be a natural disaster or something along that line, destroying the Earth, and the Earth is going to, and everybody like, something like 2012, like the movie 2012. But fun fact, the movie 2012 had the date wrong. The world's supposed to end on December 23rd, not December 21st. Fun fact for all. But crap, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, okay. So they predicted that it was going to just turn into dust, and then no more life on Earth. Now, what they didn't predict is they didn't clarify, because all their books were burned when the Europeans came over. The European travelers came over, and they burned all their books. They burned every single one, because they didn't. And the Spanish conquistador name was Cortez. So he burned all the books that the Mayans had, and only, I believe, from what I know, only 5 books survived the massacre of the book massacre. But so we don't know a lot about their findings, but we do know enough to predict what they thought. But what they said is the world was going to end. Now this could be, it doesn't necessarily mean the Earth is just going to go poof. This could be maybe like a natural disaster.
Because if you think back, because history repeats itself. Everyone knows that. So, if you think back
in history, there was a era called the Plagio something era. We learned about it in science a couple days ago. Hey Brandon, what was the name of that era? Write in the comment below that era, the mass extinction. Brandon's my friend. We're really good friends on YouTube, and we will both go to the same school and we go to the same classes. There was a mass extinction a couple millions of years ago, where the entire population of animals and trees and everything was wiped out, and only a few survived. So, I mean, if you think about it, that could happen too. You never know, it could happen like dinosaurs, and a big huge meteor comes and blocks the sun. It could be something along that line. Doesn't necessarily mean that the world's just gonna go poof. It could be a start of a new era. I mean, it could be something so small that could, just take a couple hundreds of years to, develop. Doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be 2012. I mean, because the movie 2012, it's obviously made in Hollywood. They made it to scare people, so that way, people, they would get more money off the movie. That's basically why they made it, so they would scare people about the end of the world. Now, the movie 2012 isn't really necessarily true based on the facts. They had a lot of stuff wrong, but that's just a Hollywood movie, so, I mean, it makes sense. But if you think back logically, and you learn, if you learn about the Mayans, they were pretty advanced. So, I mean, that's just me. That's just my thoughts. I mean, I believe in the religious stuff too, because I'm religious, but also I have a little bit of logical twist to it. So you never know. I mean, basically, I would just say, live your life to the normal. Don't go do anything stupid, or don't take this to go do anything stupid. Just live your life normally. I mean, if it does happen, so what? I mean, I know some of you are saying, like, so what? You don't want the world to end. But, I mean, yeah, I kind of want to live my life, but, like, to the fullest. But, it's just, you can't control it. So why stress about it if you can't control it? I mean, a wise person once told me, like, why stress when it's not under your control? So, you don't need to worry about it, because if it does happen, I mean, so what? Just, if it does happen, just, do something fun for the last few seconds of your life. I don't know, but, I mean, don't worry about it. I mean, it's something you can't control. It's space. You can't control space. You can't control molecules or whatever's going to happen. You can't control any of that unless you're a Albert Einstein Jr. who has been unknown for millions of years. But you can't control it. So I'm just saying, just live your life normally. Don't do anything stupid. If it happens to end, so what? You lived a wonderful life, probably, hopingly, up until the end of the world. I mean, yeah, you can still go live a little. I mean, don't do anything that could potentially get you killed or injured in a serious manner. But, just live a little. I mean, because if you live a little, you never know what life's going to be like. Because you always, life is a matter of, I don't know how to explain it, but just live it and enjoy it. And that has been me and my commentary. If you liked this, please comment, like, and subscribe. I will bring more of these, and I will see you guys later. Peace.